Hi, welcome to your practice. My name is Elisa. If we've never met before, it's so lovely to be here with you. I hope you're taking care. We're going to be moving through a Vinyasa practice today, and the invitation here is to promote a sense of opening and expansion, and then an intentional clearing. So the guidance here, of course, is invitational, but the idea that I'd like to kind of plant, that little seed, is to invite this openness, this expansiveness as we explore a little bit of back bending, a little bit of chest opening, and then clearing out anything that no longer serves you. So clearing out any stagnant energy or tension that may not be useful. I'll let you decide what that is, and if that doesn't resonate with you today, of course we can just move with the body, with the breath, and you can ignore what I say. So we'll get started in a gentle seated meditation just to arrive to the space, to the body. And you may like to lie down on your back to begin your practice. You may like to start in a different shape than what I'm in. And just taking your time to really intentionally arrive here. Maybe that means you close down the eyes. Perhaps that means a big sigh out the mouth. You may like to bring a bit more awareness to the back of your body as you feel into the space behind you or underneath you if you're lying down. You might like to explore the space above the crown of your head and just really feel into these areas that surround you. Here, the breath may be something you bring your awareness to. And noticing the quality of your breath, perhaps there's that desire to sigh, to make a noise, to release. Perhaps you'd like to stay in complete stillness. Just gently reclaiming, recalling all of the parts of you that you may have spread out into the world today. Regathering them all back here, back home to the center of you. This authority, this power that you carry, this agency. Perhaps feeling into that part of you. You may notice if there's an overall tone to how you're feeling today, to what's present for you. Is it possible to bring this softness, this openness as you sit with whatever is there, as you meet yourself where you are today? You may like to apply a pranayama as you continue to arrive, samavritti, equal part breath. As you count the inhalation and the exhalation for the same number of counts. And I'll leave it up to you. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4 as an example. And then I would like to open the practice by acknowledging the land. Acknowledging the land that I sit on, that I practice on today. And I pay my deepest respects, and I acknowledge the ancestors of this land, the traditional custodians, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. And I pay gratitude and respect to their elders past, present, and emerging. You may like to do the same. I'd like to extend this acknowledgement to the ancestors of this practice that we share today of yoga. I honor and respect the lineage, this wisdom, these teachings that have been cultivated over thousands of years and eventually made their way to us here in the West, where we can share, we can connect and practice together, benefit from. Such a gift. You may like to continue arriving in your own way, but if you'd like to move forward with the practice, you can gently blink your eyes open. And if you are lying down, coming to find a seated position if you'd like. And we'll take a full big breath in, bringing the arms wide and high, up and over. Can you reach the fingertips, maybe even the gaze high in the sky? Expanding through the intercostal muscles of the side body, tilting to the right. Maybe the right hand finds the ground, the left arm sweeps up and over like a big rainbow, stretching the left side body. Inhaling back up to center, and then exhale, tilting to the left, right arm up and over. Full breath in, back up to center. We'll keep the right leg, the right hip touching the ground. Hugging that right heel towards the left butt cheek, we'll step the left foot to the outside of the right leg. You may like to place a little bit of support under that left butt cheek, that left hip, or you may find both sit bones on the ground. Hugging that left knee towards you as you pull the sternum forward, and using the strength of your core to twist yourself to the left. Maybe that right arm hugs that left leg towards you. Maybe you hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Left fingertips support you from behind as you find an extension of the spine. Inhale, and exhale, deepening the twist. Inhale back to center. We'll unbind the legs, finding your way into a reverse tabletop. So grounding the feet, fingertips on the ground, the hands on the ground, fingertips facing in the same direction as the toes. Squeezing the shoulder blades together as you lift the pubic bone up in the sky. Keep the chin, Jalandhara Bandha, gently engaged. Expanding here for 2 breaths. Feeling into the points of contact on the earth. 1 more breath. And exhale, slowly lowering your hips back to the ground. We'll take that twist on the other side. So left hip will remain on the earth. Right foot will step to the outside of the left knee. And then here, supporting that right hip or right butt cheek, hugging that the right leg towards your belly. As the right fingertips support you behind you. Twist to the right. Again, you may like to hug the leg like I'm doing, or maybe hook that left elbow to offer that leverage as you inhale, elongate, and as you exhale, wringing out through your center. 1 more breath here. Inhaling to unravel, taking that reverse tabletop again. I'll show you from the side, anchoring the feet and the hands, toes in the same direction as the toes. Fingers the same direction as your toes. Inhale, press the ground away, lift your pubic bone, full breath in. Gentle, hugging chin towards the throat. 1 more breath here. As you exhale, lower your hips to the ground and slowly find your way onto all 4s. As you feel your way into this shape, maybe your initial response is to take some intuitive movements, swinging the hips from left to right. Taking some cat-cows might feel good as well, dropping the belly, lifting the tail and the gaze. Again, freedom of choice here to move in any way that feels good. And then when you're ready, stabilizing the legs, pressing into the earth, the right hand anchored into the earth, spreading the fingers wide. We'll lift the left hand to bring it to the back of the skull. Left elbow pointing out towards the left, keeping the hips square, that right arm anchored. Inhale, draw that left elbow all the way towards the sky, giving yourself a thoracic twist here. Lots of strength involved. Couple of breaths, left elbow pointing even higher towards the sky, grounding through that right hand. 1 more here. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Moving back into your cat-cows, or a little bit of movement here, freedom of choice. We'll come onto the other side when you're ready, anchoring through the left hand, right hand behind you, behind your head. And then inhale, draw that right elbow towards the sky. Twisting through the center as you square through your hips, open up through the intercostal muscles, the rib cage area. One more breath here, right elbow pointing high towards the sky. And then exhale, right hand to the ground, moving your way into a downward facing dog. However you'd like to get there. You can tuck the toes. Maybe you'd like a child's pose or heart melting pose to begin. But again, freedom here to choose how and when you'd like to arrive. Once you're in your down dog, we'll take 3 full conscious breaths together. You may like to introduce a little bit of movement, pedaling the feet, swaying the hips, adjusting how you'd like. And we'll move with the breath here only if you feel that the back body is ready into a tuck toe up dog or a plank. So inhaling, rolling your way forward, shoulders stacked on top of wrists. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you drop the pubic bone, keep the toes tucked, round the shoulders down and back as you draw the heart space forward, tuck toe up dog, keeping those thighs hovering off the ground. Exhale, draw the navel in, find your core, downward facing dog. We'll do 3 more like this, your choice. Inhale, coming forward. Perhaps you stay in plank or you pull the heart through, tuck toe up dog. Finding the navel center, exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more your own way, your own pace, your own style. One more here. Moving slow with control, expansion, and clearing on your exhalation. Looking in between your hands when you're ready, coming up high in the balls of the feet, bend your knees, find your way to the top of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Spreading the toes, anchoring the heels, softness in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bowing forward. This time as you rise, inhale all the way to the top, Urdhva Hastasana, hands come with you. And then exhale, bow your way all the way back down. Anchoring the right fingertips to the ground, bending the right knee as you extend that left leg, the left arm towards the sky, taking a twist. Inhale, and exhale, bowing forward. Taking the twist on the other side, knee on the left side bent as you extend the right arm, the right leg, twist to the right. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, in breath. Pouring yourself down, out breath. Rising tall as you come to standing, bring the arms with you. This time as you stay here, bringing the arms into a cactus shape, bending at the elbows, drawing the heart forward, engaging through the pecs or stretching the pec muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Can you peel the heart, just the heart, towards the sky? Notice what this lower half of the body is doing. Can you knit in those lowest ribs here so you can support the lower back, drawing the navel in? So it's really isolating this opening through the heart space. Exhale, clear it with the breath as you pour yourself forward. Inhale, twisting to the left, right fingertips to the ground, left arm lifts. Exhale, bow. Left fingertips to the ground, right arm lifts. Inhale, twist to the right. And exhale, pour yourself down. Halfway lift to find that expansion. And as you bow forward, plant the hands, step or float your feet back into plank position. Moving through your first vinyasa or knees, belly, chest, and chin to the ground. Cobra or up dog on your in-breath. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Resting here for a moment. Looking in between your hands, we'll move through 2 rounds of sun salutations, but we'll add that little twist in the standing forward fold in between. So if you'd like to move at your own pace, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I'll begin guiding you on your next inhale. Exhale, finding your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Right fingers tips to the ground, left arm in the sky, twist, inhale. Bowing forward, exhale. Twisting to the right, inhale. Bowing forward, exhale. Rising to the top, Urdhva Hastasana, hands come with you. Taking that little back bend, bending at the elbows, heart space draws forward, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bowing forward. Plant the hands, step back into plank, flowing through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a down dog. Your next exhalation from your downward facing dog, floating or walking to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Bowing forward, exhale. Right fingertips to the ground, twisting to the left. Exhale, forward fold. Twisting to the right, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising tall, bring the arms with you, inhale. Heart opener as you bend the elbows, cactus shape, exhale. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhalation, plant your hands, float or step back, exhalation. Flowing through your vinyasa, rest is always invited. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Synchronizing the breath together here, using your in-breath and your out-breath. We'll inhale, lift the right leg high behind you, three-legged dog. Bending at the knee, bring the right heel towards the right bum cheek. If you'd like, stay here, or maybe you stack the right hip on top of left, keeping the shoulders square. Anchoring through that left foot, actively squaring through the shoulders, opening, expanding. Exhale, right knee to nose as you shift forward into plank, scooping the lower belly as you make space to step that right foot in between your hands. Take a moment here, invitation to lower the back knee if you would like, but we'll experience the shape low as you draw the heart space forward. Full breath in, long breath out. Once you feel stable, squeezing the inner thighs together, arriving in your crescent lunge, lifting the torso up, arms come with you. Making your adjustments wherever you need to. We're going to take Kali Mudra for the most of this sequence. So I'll show you just in case my hands are cut off. We're going to bring the palms together, interlace all of the fingers except for the pointer finger and the thumb. They'll be pointing towards the sky. And then you'll bring the left thumb on top of the right. So this is your viche, your sword that Kali, this goddess of fierce transformation, she uses to slay the demons. That's another story though. So we're here, if you'd like, biceps in line with the ears, fingertips pointing towards the sky. Heart space expands. Can you draw the armpits away from each other as you pull the sternum forward, introducing this expansive heart opener? Containing the lower belly, maybe a gentle bend through that back knee. Throat space is softly contained. Jalandhara Bandha. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Rotating that back foot, opening up to the left side of your mat, gaze over the right fingertips. Deep bend into that right knee, stabilizing here. One more breath as you flip the right palm, reverse triangle, extending that right leg, that right arm sweeps up, back and over, giving that right side body an opening here. Keeping the legs where they are, finding Trikonasana, triangle pose. I should mention props are always welcome. Maybe you have a prop underneath your hands, maybe not. Your own expression. Trikonasana, not locking through that right knee. Drawing buoyancy through that left side body as you lift your way up. Gaze can be up or down at that right foot. Squeezing the inner line of the body. Breath in and breath out. Invitation is to lift that right arm up by your right ear, that left arm up by your left ear, really engaging through the core. Hold that beach ball. And then inhale, lift your way back up to center. So you're facing the left side of your mat. And those left toes will point outwards, and you're finding your way into your goddess shape. So you may need to adjust. Toes are facing in the opposite direction, sinking down into your squat, taking Kali Mudra here. Pointing that sword towards the sky, drawing that heart space towards the armpits. Staying for 2 or 3 more breaths if you can, sinking a little bit deeper into that squat, finding your balance, expanding through the heart. One more breath, if you can. Sinking a little deeper on the out breath. Inhale, pivoting everything over to the right, back toes face the front of the mat, framing that right foot with your fingertips, finding your low, long lunge here. Full breath in, long breath out. Can you rise up with your Kali Mudra, interlacing your hands, lifting up through the center line of the body? Full breath in. Taking your arrowhead shape, keeping the arms where they are as an invitation. You may like to sweep them behind you, but another layer is keeping the biceps in line with the ears and letting that momentum carry you forward, balancing on that right leg, left leg lifts. Full breath in. Exhale, drawing that left knee towards your center. Find your standing balance on your breath out. Freedom to explore a standing balance here. Maybe your tree pose, sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg, or taking dancer's pose. So we bring that left heel towards your left butt cheek, both hands, if possible, hold on to that left ankle, and then kicking that left foot into your hands. Before focusing on tilting forward, let's focus on that expansion of the heart space. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, spreading the collarbones away from each other, hugging the lower belly in. Any expression is welcome here. Maybe you have one arm up, the right arm up. Maybe you're bowing forward. One more breath wherever you are. And then with care, delivering that left foot next to the right, take your forward fold, Uttanasana. Preparing for chair pose, Utkatasana, sinking deep into your heels as you lift those arms up. Inhale. Maybe taking Kali Mudra, exhale, weaving the hands together, drawing the heart space forward. One more breath here. Sinking deeper, exhale. Your next inhale, coming into a toe stand, shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. You've got this, we're on our toes here. Squeezing, can you sink a little bit deeper? Inhale. Exhale as you lower the heels, sweep the arms behind you, flush it all out with the exhale. Can you arrive back into that toe stand chair pose? Inhale. We won't be here for much longer. One more breath in your toe stand chair. Exhale, sweep that energy behind you, bow forward, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands, step back into plank position, flow through a vinyasa. You may like to rest, which is what I'm gonna do. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, lifting that left leg high behind you, staying here or bending the left knee. You may like to stack left hip on top of right, opening, expanding to the left side of the room as you keep that squareness through the shoulders. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, left knee comes towards the nose as you shift forward into plank position, hugging, doming through the upper back, squeezing in the belly. As you step that left foot in between your hands, you may like to guide it there. A moment in this long lunge. Invitation to lower the back knee as you pull the heart space forward. Settle into the shape. When you're ready, you feel stable, rising into your crescent lunge. Taking your Kali Mudra, interlacing your hands, drawing the heart space forward. So you take this into a back bend. Let those pointer fingers guide you up and over, hugging that lower rib, the lower ribs in. Stabilizing, supporting the lower back, expanding and opening through the front body. Holding here for 2 more breaths if you can. Opening, spreading the armpits. 1 more breath. And then gently transitioning into a warrior 2, releasing the mudra, grounding that right foot. Gaze over the left fingertips, stable through the legs, aligning the roof of the mouth over the bowl of the pelvis here. Full breath in, a settling long breath out. Reverse Trikonasana as you lift the left palm, the left leg lengthens, sweeping that energy up and over behind you, expanding through that left side body. Energy in the ball of the left foot. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, keeping the legs how they are, and the left fingertips arrive wherever you like. Rotating the chest forward towards the sky, maybe hugging that right shoulder blade in, feeling that right oblique engage. Option to stay here, or maybe you lift that left arm up as well. And you sweep that right arm up and over, a little extra core engagement here, hugging that beach ball. One more breath. And then carrying that beach ball all the way up to an upright spine. As you adjust your toes, excuse my back, you adjust your toes to find your goddess pose. So toes are pointing in opposite direction. You arrive in that really deep squat. Kali Mudra is invited to add that extra layer. Hugging the shoulder blades behind you, spreading the armpits, sinking into this shape, finding your breath, spreading the effort, the energy, opening up and expanding through the chest, lengthening through the tailbone. Can you find ease in your breath as you sink a little bit deeper on your exhale? One more breath here. Sinking a little deeper. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, sweeping everything to the left, the toes pointing in the same direction as the top of your mat. Fingertips framing that left foot. Preparing to arrive back up into your crescent lunge with your Kali Mudra. Lifting your sword. You are here, maybe a little opening, a little back bend. And then taking this into a variation of arrowhead, freedom to keep those arms where they are or sweep them behind you, whatever works. Lifting on the ball of the right foot as you send this momentum forward, lifting the right foot off of the ground, taking your standing balance, hugging everything into your center line. And then exhale, drawing that right knee towards your chest and finding your standing balance on your left leg. Staying here, maybe exploring tree pose, right foot comes to the inside of the left leg. Any other standing balance is welcome here. The guidance I will give is to find dancer's pose. So right heel comes to the right butt cheek, and I'm going to practice the version with both hands around the foot, but you may like to lift that left arm up and tilt forward. So again, a bit of freedom. We're just looking to open and expand, and then invite in this clearing, if that's what's wanted. So maybe you're kicking the foot into the hands, you're opening up through the chest, kicking the foot towards the sky, finding your balance, finding your breath. One more here. And then exhale with control, stepping right foot to meet the left, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, setting up for your Utkatasana, chair pose. So big toes to touch or feet hip distance apart. As you sink into your chair, draw the navel in, round the lower back. Arms come with you, maybe in Kali Mudra, maybe not. I'll let you choose. Breathing here, sinking deep. Finding your breath, spreading the effort. Your next inhale, pivoting the weight to your toes, balancing up on your tippy toes. Lift your heels off the ground, sink a little deeper into your chair. Pulling, drawing the heart space forward, inhale. Lowering the heels, sweeping the effort, the momentum behind you. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Your next inhale, using the arms to carry you back into that toe stand chair. Maybe you find Kali Mudra again. You're balancing here, your breath is moving, a gentle smile. One more breath. Exhale, release the legs, the arms sweep. Halfway lift, inhalation. Bowing forward, exhalation, plant the hands, step or float your feet back into plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here. Your next exhalation, lowering your knees to the earth. We'll come into that toe stretch. As you come to tuck your toes underneath you, you may need to help the little toes behind you tuck under. And the invitation is to stay fingertips on the ground, bum on the heels. You can put a little bit of weight into the fingertips, or you find a totally upright spine and you sit on the heels here. I'm going to stay here with my hands resting on my thighs. You may like to take this a little bit deeper, bringing your hands behind you, fingertips facing the top of your mat, and taking this into a little back bend. So you squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, draw the heart space forward, and maybe, if you feel safe, opening through the throat space. And clearing and opening here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Slowly, when you're ready, coming out of whatever posture you've placed yourself in, leaning forward onto your fingertips, untucking your toes, and gently sitting on your heels in stillness. Perhaps you can close down the eyes, the palms resting on your thighs. You may like to settle and rest here for as long as you would like. Or you may like to slowly shift your weight to one hip, send those legs out in front of you. So we move through a little bit of core engagement before we find the ground. So planting the soles of the feet, bringing your hands behind your thighs, drawing your heart space forward, squeezing the shoulder blades, and then maybe you can rock back to find that little balance in between your tailbone and your sacrum. Perhaps you can play around with lifting one toe off the ground at a time, or maybe you can bring your legs into a tabletop shape, shins parallel to the ground. Perhaps you stay here. Or perhaps you let go of your legs, hugging your thighs towards the center of the body, opening up into that canoe shape, and exhaling to gather, recoil back up into Navasana, your boat pose. Inhale, open halfway, hover the limbs, the back body off of the ground. Exhale, curling back in. 2 more like this, opening slow and controlled, expanding. Gathering on your exhale. Inhale, opening here, and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower yourself all the way to the earth. Wonderful effort. You may like to rest here or bend your knees. So we flow through a little bit more back bending before we find rest. So the invitation here is to explore any back bend that's in your practice that you're feeling called to do, or an inversion might be nice as well if you can safely practice your inversion, maybe using a wall to do handstand or headstand, maybe shoulder stand. I will be guiding Setu Bandha bridge pose just for a few rounds and with an invitation to arrive into your full wheel pose. So the feet are grounded to the earth, shoulders are broad, back of the neck is long. When you're ready, palms facing down, inhale, lifting the pubic bone towards the sky. Pressing equal effort through both feet as it's like a magnet is between your inner thighs. You're strong through the inner thighs. And maybe here you stay. Or maybe here you can walk the shoulder blades a little bit closer together and clasp the hands underneath your sacrum. So you use this to aid you in deepening your back bend. Equal effort through your feet, spreading your toes. You may like to lift the right leg in the sky. Lowering the left foot back down. You may like to lift the left leg in the sky. lowering the left foot back down. Perhaps you stay here or you push your way up into your full wheel expression. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Those exploring wheel, take your time, safely moving in and out, feeling the fire. I can feel it in my legs. 2 more breaths. Pressing the ground away a little bit more. When you're ready, very slowly and mindfully deliver each vertebra of the spine all the way to the earth. And take a moment to settle and give the body an opportunity for that balance before you take any other movement here. If you are being called to do a twist or any other shape before you close your practice, you're welcome to do that here. Maybe it's hugging the knees into your center, supine twist, knees to the left and right, or maybe a happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of your feet, drawing the knees towards your armpits. Perhaps it's Viparita Karani, legs towards the sky as they extend and the arms rest. And take 2 or 3 more breaths in any shape that you've chosen. And eventually letting this last movement deliver you into your Shavasana. Finding your corpse pose. Very intentional offering of rest and space to integrate. 1 hand on the belly, 1 hand on the heart space might be soothing. Perhaps taking up as much space as possible, arms open. I'll let you decide. Settling into your corpse pose, taking 2 full breaths in and out through your nose. Softening away from the practice as you arrive in this space, free of everything. Just to be here and now. You may wish to continue resting as you are. Or you may wish to gently draw yourself back into your body, back into the movement of your breath. I invite you to choose what you feel is most useful right here and right now. If you would like to close the practice with me, beginning to introduce a bit of movement, perhaps a bit more energy involved in this next inhalation. Sway, a yawn. Eventually allowing that awakening of the body to let you roll into the fetal position, curled up in a little ball for a moment. And here you may like to savor whatever this moment is for you. An acknowledgement of your effort, a moment of privacy. And eventually pressing your way up to find a seated position. with a tall spine, allowing the eyes to stay closed if that's comfortable. As you settle back into the base of the body, touching the earth, the crown reaching towards the sky, in this place we exist, in between the earth and the sky. If you'd like, bringing right and left palm to touch in Anjali Mudra, prayer position in front of the heart, in this gesture of gratitude. In a moment to acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for today. Really feeling into that emotion of gratitude. And bowing forward if you wish to close your practice, sealing it in by bowing all the way to the earth. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you take care. Of course, I'm here for any questions or comments. Please reach out. Otherwise, until next time, thank you.